All right, everybody, welcome to OreoOlive.com. You know, Oreo olives don't mix, but the abstract thought of putting those two words together has enlightened me to create a channel to discuss various topics. On today's episode, what I want to talk about was this video that I watched from this Judge Vonda B. It was a video online that I had seen about this woman and this man going to court, and she was wanting a divorce, and it was kind of a little bit tricky how the case was. But what ended up happening was just to give you a little bit of the background, the husband, he installed pools for a living, had a business, a company. He made about, I think he said about $280,000 a year. So it was safe to say sometime about $300,000. And his wife worked in the business. She was the secretary of the pool business. And what ended up happening as they were going through the court, the woman was asking for spousal support. And the spousal support she was asking for was to keep the lifestyle that the children had. So as they were going through the case, and as Judge Vonda B was listening, the wife worked part-time. She had two kids that I believe both of the kids were in private school. She lived in almost a $400,000 house, or a $500,000 home, I think that's what she said. And she had a nanny, and then she also had lunch dates with her girlfriends occasionally, at least throughout the week. And her request was to be able to keep that lifestyle up, but have her husband continue to pay for it, since he was alleged to be cheating on her with the clients. Because her thing was, he was always staying up late texting and talking with clients, and they was asking him to come over, and he was stating this was part of the business in order for him to not have to spend as much on marketing. So whatever that case may be, they didn't give too much detail on his side in their perspective of the case. But what was very interesting was how the judge ruled in the case. And what she did is she listened to the lady, she got all the information from her, and then she went to the husband, she talked to him, and the case was pretty quick. It didn't last long. They wasn't going at each other's throats. But what was very interesting is that the judge had told the lady that she, of course, has to go out and get a job. She has a certain amount of time that she has to do that. And it's unfair that the husband will have to pay spousal support for her to continue her lavish lifestyle and not work, because it's unfair. So what she told the judge was she only had a GED, and that was it. And the judge kind of looked, and she said, well, you're going to have to get out here and find a job to be able to maintain this lifestyle. Because when you think about it, the lady just had a GED. She only worked part-time in the husband's pool business. And as she worked in the business, a lot of people in the comments had made some really interesting points. And they said, you know, you had a lot of free time in order to take advantage of some other educational opportunities to better yourself and get more skills just to do it before this even got to this point. But with her separating, with her making the decision to step away from her husband, kind of proved that she was just in it, just enjoy the lifestyle. So the judge made it clear, you have to find a job within a year or so, and we're going to come back and revisit the case. And you're going to pay 50%. He's going to pay 50%, but he's going to give you, I think it was like $6,600 a month for her to get herself on her feet. The wife also requested that the husband pay for another, you know, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 home somewhere close by in the neighborhood. But in reality, that didn't make sense as the judge was looking at the case, because why would the lady want that same type of size house if she didn't have the resources to pay for the house? But that judge made the case quite clear, and it was very interesting. And I actually was pretty surprised that she voted, that the judge made a decision on the case a specific way, then most of the time it will normally turn out. Because oftentimes when the husband and wife are separated and the husband's doing pretty well, the wife normally gets to take a lot of it. But in this particular case, the judge had a timeline. And she said, this is just temporary support. This is not going to be for the rest of your life. And the lady actually said something very interesting in the case. What if it takes me years to find a job? And the judge said it shouldn't take you years, because if it does, that means that you are trying to milk the system. You are trying to milk, the situation. And she called her out on it. And I knew it was going to go a little bit crazy when Judge Vonda B started sipping her coffee or tea or whatever it is she was drinking. When she did do that, that's how you know trouble about to come. And she about to tell people, I feel like you're wasting my time. And she's gonna go ahead and rule in that case. But I wanted to bring this case up because this happens so much. And my question to you is, when this goes on in a relationship, in a marriage, and people are enjoying their lifestyle, and the husband being the primary breadwinner, he's bringing in the hundreds and thousands of dollars a year, and say the wife is enjoying the lavish lifestyle, what is you all's opinion on whether or not the spouse should be able to use some of that free time to gain some additional skills, maybe create a business or something, and be able to create their income on the side? Any event, if something happens later on down the line, they have something that they can fall back on, like a plan B. So what is you all opinion on that, on the spouses who have the extra free time? Keep in mind, she had a nanny. She had the dates with lunch dates with her girlfriends, and she's worked part-time. What is you all's opinion on whether or not she should have used that time to gain additional skills? And even if she didn't want to go back to school at all, she could have, came up with another skill set that may have been able to help her create and get that other lifestyle that she wants to keep up with. Because it was highly unlikely that she was going to be able to live that same lifestyle with the person that she's, for the person that she was with, who's providing that lifestyle, because he paid all the bills, 100% of the bills. How likely was it for her to be able to keep that same thing up if she only worked part-time and she don't have the skill set that she needed in order to provide the lavish lifestyle for her and the kids? Because sadly now the kids may have to have a reduction in the lifestyle that they're used to. But the key part in the case was the spousal support was temporary for her to get on her feet. So let me know what you guys think in the comments and below. Like, listen, subscribe. OrioOlive.com. Keep the likes up. Definitely comment below and share the channel. Looking to grow the channel and everything and get more topics on. You all have a good one.